Like when you guys go out there, everyone's out there, right? Like that when that wave breaks, everyone shows up. You guys have like big parties at the end of the night. Is it like the movie North Shore? Because that's the movie North.
Oddly enough, like there is a ton of similarities. Like
really,
for sure. Like some things are way off, and some things are straight spot on with like that kind of thing. But yeah, in our younger days, it would definitely be this end of the swell. Like we're sending it. We're gonna go ballistic. Everyone needs to decompress. We all lived. Let's get a case of beer and let's go huge.
Especially those big swells, it's like you have just such an adrenaline dump. You're like, I just have to start drinking. You're like, oh my God, I'm alive. I gotta celebrate, like no matter where we are.
I had a moment on once again, I feel like my stories really don't compare to your stories. When I did Last Comic Standing 2, I had a moment. I've never really performed in a big theater, and it was a large theater in New York. And I was so nervous. And now, granted, I was pretty addicted to Xanax at the time. Like I was eating Xanax a lot.
Damn.
And but I didn't know that you could. I didn't know you shouldn't just eat it whenever you didn't feel good.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, you don't feel good, just take it. Have a Xanax. You're fine.
It's a bad one.
And I was drinking a lot of Red Bull, and I was sweating so aggressly my ass cheeks. Gosh. It was running down into my socks, and I thought, this isn't what I signed up for.
This is part of the joke.
Yeah, I was like,
part of my set.
I was like, this isn't enjoyable, and I don't want to do this for a living. And I was like, this is not fun. And I did my set. I got done, and I had this like, Georgia wasn't born yet. She was pregnant. I got kicked off Last Comic Standing 2, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I kind of got back into this like, fuck the industry. I want to just, the thing I like, stand up. I'm just going to do stand up. I don't want to do big stress shows like late night or stuff like that, or audition for Last Comic Standing. I just want to do stand up. And like, I'll host shit, but stand up's what I love. And I just focused on stand up. And when we were talking today and you were like, yeah, man, sometimes you get on those planes and you're like, am I like, this is really dangerous. Is there a part of you that goes that like where the stress of these big waves like Nazare or Chopu, where you're like, is there an end date, or do you think you'll do this at 50?
No, there's definitely an end date.
Really?
We have both agreed. We feel like even now, we're nearing. Man, it's like a cat losing its lives. That's what it feels like. Every swell you get away with is one closer to something. Is the way it feels. Like they're so dangerous and it's so sketchy that it's getting to the point where you're like, hey, I don't want to do this forever. It's too much risk. I eventually, just like our last trip we went on, the waves were not terrifying. We had the best time. Yeah. Just the team surfing, having so much fun. We were like, when was the last time we did that? That was a low stress.
I'm down one beer, by the way. I'm putting these beers down from our workout.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm down one beer.
Are we being competitive with this?
No, we're not being competitive.
So this is now a competition.
Because I got to tell you, like, I know Koa from content, and your content. I got to imagine there's more of a business in content these days than contests.
I mean, I think there is fully. That's where I think surfing was a little late, the whole industry, to like the merge of like content and competitive surfing. But now you can see like a lot of people, it's built into their contracts, like Instagram and YouTube. Like now it's like a huge thing. And if you're not like top 5 in the world or something, like on the world tour, then you gotta be putting out something. Yeah. So like that's where the whole industry is just like shifting at the moment right now.
Dude, look at Jamie O'Brien, and I use him as an example because I feel like, and I wonder if there's even a bad question to ask, but I wonder if there's resentment in the surfing community for the way that he has branded himself as like fun party, almost PG rated like surf guy, but he's a phenomenal surfer. But it's almost like content first sometimes. You know, does that make sense?
There's always going to be that, and there is resentment in certain aspects of surfing that are on, oh, that's not so core, or that's a sellout to this or that. But to be honest, like,
dude, Jamie's an entertainer.
He's an entertainer.
He's done well.
He doesn't just do content because he has to, but he loves content. Way back in the beginning of his career, he was one of the first guys making free surf films of himself. You know, he did films to begin with, and then it turned into his vlog and his YouTube channel. And he was doing all those edits on his own, hiring guys, doing the work, going on surf trips before it was like really a thing. And on top of that, he was like, screw contests. I'm over it. I do shit in contests. I don't like them. Similar to how you said, like, those big performances. Like, Jamie, even me and Koa, like, the big events, it just wasn't our specialty. And we, honestly, I never enjoyed doing it. I had a different stress. I could go out to a 20-foot surf session and be like, today I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to paddle a psycho wave. I'm going to get the wave of my life. But go out to a heat in small conditions and be more nervous. Feel my limbs like not working the way they should be.
Really?
And I'm like, why? Like, why am I nervous to start this heat? Like, I was in no way enjoying it. Doing what we do now is way more enjoyable. Same stress, like more stressful because your life is on the line, but
I could die here.
More enjoyable too.